Love, light, peace, and abundance, y'all. So, first, I want to say that my setup is slightly different. I'm not using the mic today. I have some technical difficulties. So, it is my will that this comes through clear and you can hear me perfectly. Okay. So, aside from that, welcome. QueenEssence here, and we are back for another episode of Poetry Unraveled. If you are tuning in, thank you for being here. If you are returning, thank you for returning. Thank you for coming back. And hey, today is Friday. You may have noticed instead of the regular program of being here at 8:30. Is it 8:30? 8 o'clock on Thursdays. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on Thursdays. The energy of yesterday required for me to be still. And that's what I did. And today, the energy resonates for me to open myself up for the channel for today's transmission for the collective. So I found out that today is also a 7-planet parade, which is a planetary alignment of 7 planets, where if you were to look, they would all be in a row. And there's quite a bit of energy that is available for us all to tap into today. So it is not surprising that Spirit had me wait and attune today. I have no idea what the communication will be as of yet. I'm going to open up the space to welcome the energy, to channel what is available for the collective today. I do know that there is much taking place on an individual basis, right? And it goes in alignment with what's happening planetary wise, right? There's always energy available to us to tap into, to grow, to evolve, to heal, to release, to remember, right? To awaken, to be in divine alignment with the plan, our purpose, and just the divinity of it all, right? However, we have to be willing to be open to tap in, to receive, to explore, to experience what is available. And oftentimes when I speak like this to people, like they smile and they nod and they, I guess it's become like, that's just Robin. However, this is a truth that I'm here to bring to our conscious awareness, because again, it's time for us to remember who we are and why we came here. And you know what I just realized? I don't even hear anything in those, so I don't even need to wear those. Make sure everything is still cool. Okay. Whew. It feels less hot too. I took those off. However, nevertheless, stay focused. Right. That's part of what I'm here to bring. Right. I realize that it's so much. I realize that some of us are here to bring in new. And new, clearly, I mean, it's explainable. Like, it's understandable, right? Like, it's new, it's different. For some people, it may be strange, it may be odd. However, the new is what is going to bring us to the next evolution of being here on Earth. We have gone as far as we can go as a collective and as individuals for the most part, because we have found ourselves in a destructive cycle, right? I was watching this news clip that came across my feed, and apparently it's like a year old. However, it showed an altercation on a New York subway that resulted in a woman stabbing a man in his back and the man letting off shots inside of the subway train. And when I watched it, I was in shock. First of all, I was in complete shock that she stabbed him, right? That she literally stabbed him. And then for him to pull out his gun and somebody be recording. Matter of fact, it was multiple people you could see in the video with their phones out. And it just speaks to so much as it relates to the condition that we're in right now, right? I remember a time growing up where somebody would be fighting and there would be people that step in, right, to assist in calming it down, breaking it up, because the idea was if y'all keep this foolishness up, y'all both gonna get locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody's gonna get hurt, right? Now, instead of, and I'm not encouraging or, judging anybody who doesn't step in. I'm just saying that the climate that we're in is that instead of people interceding, people record. People view things that's happening in the world as a spectacle, as a show. And in reality, this is people's lives. This is their reality that is being lived, that's being experienced. And there's real life repercussions for the decisions that are made in a split second, right? And I'm not here to say whether anything is justified or not, just speaking to the principle of what's taking place. And if we continue on the route that we're on, if the earth doesn't eject us, we're going to end up killing each other, right? Like, it's going to be so much death, right? That we may not be able to come back from it. You know what I mean? Then when you think about all of what's taking place concerning men and them being removed from their homes and, being incarcerated or being in the streets or, still not growing up, not maturing, not realizing at some point you have to put your childish ways away and step into being a man. And then you have women who have become so accustomed to doing things on their own to the point where they're hyper independent, right? And I'll say that not even the majority of them want to be that way. It's that's all that they know. They don't even know how to be anything other than the only person that they can rely on. And I know I, for one, I've been in a space where you think you can call on people when you're in need or when you need support, right? Only to find out that the only person that you can really rely on is spirit and yourself. And of course your spirit team, but like all of them go together, right? So if it's you, if you trust in your ancestors or Jesus or, the universe, however you word it, just, replace it with in the idea of what I'm sharing. And it gets to a point where it becomes challenging to be able to let people in, right? To be able to trust that someone new isn't going to take advantage of you. They're not going to break your trust. They're not going to use and abuse the beauty of your heart. However, tying this into new, what new suggests is that we love ourselves, right? We love ourselves enough to where we have a solid foundation upon which we stand that we will not compromise. We'll not compromise and we will not accept less than. As a result of us operating that way, we invite like energy. We attract like energy. We radiate a frequency that allows for people who are in alignment with the frequency of love and care and concern and being open and trusting and truthful and transparent and loving and innocence, right? To gravitate to our orbit as we gravitate towards theirs. It is when we choose to guard ourselves and protect ourselves and shield ourselves that we continue to operate in those lower frequencies. So those are the energies that we interact with. There's so much that can be said about the law of attraction and the law of resonance and, the power of thought and, all of these esoteric explanations of what is taking place and why it's taking place. And I'm not just looking to discourage anybody from studying anything that resonates with you, right? However, I would encourage us to keep it simple, right? If we understand that we are energy, that everything is energy. Everybody is energy. And there are some energies that are in harmony with the frequency that you're at. They're in alignment. And there are some that are discordant. They do not resonate with you. Depending on the frequency that you operate from will determine what resonance you get to experience. When you raise the frequency of which you vibrate at, whether it be to think positive, to be optimistic, to focus on solutions, to be open and express yourself, right? I just seen 11:11 on the clock. To freely show up, right? In all authenticity, right? We spoke about that in last week's transmission. Being authentic is a key, a huge key, a big jewel to your resonance, right? Because our core frequency is really our soul's resonance, right? And in order for it to really radiate through, we have to be true to ourselves. We have to express authenticity in a way that is genuine, right? Not who we think we should be, not who we think spirit or the Most High wants us to be, not who our parents taught us we should be, not who society pressures us into being. Freely expressing what is within us, what's in our heart, right? Like there's something in you that resonates with you to be. And it could be how you choose to wear your hair, how you choose to wear your clothes, how you choose to speak, what you choose to eat, where you choose to go, the people that you choose to be around, those that you choose not to be around, how you choose to think, what you choose to believe and trust in, right? All of these are different aspects of the same idea of bringing in the new, right? You may find that what you think on is something that most people don't think about, right? Most people don't consider. However, you consider it. It is dear to your heart. It is a curiosity that you have. It is a attraction that is within you, right? And you choose not to speak on it. You choose not to share. You keep it small or tucked away because of what other people may think, feel, or believe about you. And what's so beautiful is that when you reach the point of really trusting in your journey and really understanding that you are source embodied, that you have a direct divine connection to the all of all, you begin to embody a confidence about yourself that negates what anybody else thinks, feels, or believes about you, right? We respect everybody's thoughts because we understand that everybody is different, right? And what's going to resonate with you may not resonate with me. But just because it doesn't resonate with me doesn't mean that that's wrong, because you got to do what resonates with you, because we walk two different lifetimes, two different paths, right? On multiple lifetimes. So it may be specifically designed for that to be the key, the nudge, the encouragement, the awakening tool that's utilized for you. And for me, it was something different. And that's okay, because that's what makes us all beautiful. That bears witness to source being all in all, right? Because there's so many different expressions of us, yet we are all part of source. So it shows the variety, it shows the vastness, the expansion, the infiniteness, if that's a word, of source, because we're all different, right? However, when we reach a point where we don't care what other people think, feel, or believe, because we know that we know that we know, because we've been living this path, we've been walking this path, we've been earning the stripes, we've been learning the lessons, we've been remembering. And now we get to the point where we actually remember who we are and what we came here for. There is such a rewarding experience in that. that I would encourage us all to pursue, because that right there is the recipe to bringing in the new, right? We've been a part of a system that everybody was supposed to be the same. Everybody go to school, everybody go to college, everybody did get a degree, everybody get a good paying job, everybody, get a 401k and a Roth IRA, everybody have a retirement plan, everybody work hard as hell until you're in your 60s, in your 70s, and then you can retire. And then hopefully, you put enough into Social Security, and hopefully you made the right decisions along the way to where you can, have a home that you can live in, or, you have a comfortable living environment where you can enjoy life now, because you've been working all of this time. Now you can actually enjoy life. And it's proven, it's been shown and lived that that does not work for everybody, right? That doesn't even resonate for everybody to do. Like, everybody doesn't want to do that. I remember I went to high school like everybody else, right? And once I graduated high school, my original plan was to go into the military. And then somewhere along the lines of me being at MEPS, a series of events took place that allowed for me to solidify changing my mind and decide to go to college, right? And because at the time, all I knew in terms of options that were successful were to go to the military and have them pay for your college, because most of us don't even have money to pay for college, right? And then the other option was to go directly to college and rack up student loans. So it didn't even occur to me like I could explore what makes me happy. I could explore my passion. I could travel, right? Like, I could, work and save up money and explore the world. Or I personally didn't realize at that age that there were other options. Now, maybe if I go back in time, I can remember a few thoughts, but in reality, those were the two options. So I opted to go to college. And when I went to college, I did college for 2 years. Because by the time I finished my first semester, I realized I didn't even want to be there. I wanted to be married, in love, and have children. I wanted to start a family. That's what I wanted to do. It resonated that that's what I should be doing. And I won't say I looked for it or I pursued it. However, I was very open to it presenting itself to me. So because I was radiating that frequency of being open to love and marriage and family, that's exactly what I got. So by the time I finished my sophomore year, I was already engaged. I was getting married the same month. Nope, excuse me, that's not true. Because I stopped. I stopped going to school. I worked for what would have been considered a semester, and saved up money. And me and my husband, me and my ex-husband, we got married. We had a nice wedding. We started our family. And that was me pursuing what resonated with me. Little did I know at that time that it was me making the decision to do what resonated with me, was me being in alignment with my divine purpose, with the path that was laid out for me to awaken to the divine remembrance of who I am and what my purpose is being here. And you may have a similar story, right? To where you made decisions that other people was looking on and they were having judgment. Because you better believe, like, my people, they wasn't checking for it at first. Not checking for me leaving school. They was all for, if you love him, y'all in love, y'all want to get married. After they vetted him, of course. However, the idea of me not finishing school was not pleasing to them. And luckily, I didn't have people around me that did a lot of judging. However, I know everybody's situation is different. I know some parents that they disown their children if they decided they don't want to go to school anymore, that they don't want to continue on the path of the traditional American dream, right? However, luckily for me, I didn't have that experience. However, you may have, right? But this ties into what I'm sharing about. You get to a point where you don't really care, right, what other people have to say, think, or feel, because you realize that you got to live your life for you. You got to make decisions for you. You have to do what resonates for you, with you. And sometimes that requires making challenging decisions, right? Sometimes that requires making uncomfortable decisions, right? Sometimes you make decisions and you don't even fully understand what's happening. All you know is that is what resonates with you, that you're supposed to do. You got signs, synchronicities, maybe dreams, maybe messages. Maybe you heard the voice of God tell you that this is what you need to do. So you are obedient and you do it. And then later on, the understanding comes, right? And that's all part of this divine journey, this divine path, right? You have to move and do before clarity comes, right? Sometimes it is the power of making the decision. Of making the decision and living that thing out and seeing where it takes you, seeing what's available for you in it, seeing what was in you that was causing you to make the decision, right? What is it? It's almost like you get a mirror put up in front of you to where you get to see the essence of you reflected in the experience, because everything is happening to point you back to yourself so that you can remember who you are. And again, why you came here, right? And I'm going to keep saying this because that's who I am. I'm here to bring in the temple of divine remembrance. That is who I am. I help activate. I help clarify. I help stimulate, initiate you into remembering who you are, because you came here for a purpose. And it's so needed. It's so needed. It's so required right now. So you're going to have so many experiences along your journey. And unfortunately, not all of them are going to be pleasant. Some of them are going to be distasteful. Some are going to be uncomfortable. Some are going to be unwanted. However, all of them are going to be beneficial. All of them are going to be exactly what you need when you need it for you to be in alignment. And then you're going to look back and you're going to remember these experiences. You're going to remember these people, those tears that you cried, right? The pain that you experienced, the disappointment that you can remember, right? And all of it would have counted for something. None of it is in vain. Not one tear you cried, not one, heart-wrenching experience that you had, not one disappointment. None of it was in vain. All of it. And I just keep feeling these chills over my body. Whew, of the truth that's resonating. Because all of it has a divine place and a divine purpose. And if we would just open ourselves up, right, to shift our thinking from classifying everything as good and bad and wrong and right and negative and positive, and see it as it is, right? Like, this is what it is in the moment. And how do I best navigate this? How do I best explore this? What is in this experience for me that can benefit me, that can add to me? What clarity is available in this experience? What truth is available in this experience? What is resonating with me in this moment? If we can shift our thoughts that way, we would naturally raise our vibration, which means we would naturally raise the frequency that we vibrate from and we radiate, which naturally would shift our environment, would naturally shift the people that we interact with, because we touch everybody that we're interacting with. And sometimes we leave a high vibrational impact, and sometimes we leave a lesser energetic impact, right? However, it really is that simple. It really is that simple. And I know it's going to be some people that's going to be like, no, it's hard. It's this, is that. You haven't lived my life. You don't know my circumstances. I'm all by myself and dot, 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 dot. Right. And that's not to downplay it, because I understand in your mind and your reality, that is a truth. That is a truth. It is your truth. But the moment you decide that that's not your truth no more, it's not your truth no more. You get to release it. You release it, and then you get to choose a new narrative. You get to choose a new story. And that's the beautiful thing about being in this 3D reality, because we are in fact co-creating with Source. We are co-creating. So as much as we like to give all acknowledgement to God, and God did this and God did that, and God allowed this and God allowed this, and God is blessing me this and God is blessing me with that, I'm not here to take that away from anybody. But I am here to bring in the new. And the new way of thinking is to acknowledge that we are Source embodied. We are physical embodiments of Source. And because of that, we are co-creating with the essence of all that is, which means that we have input, we have influence on how things happen, right? We are given a vision, right? A glimpse, a dream, a passion, an idea, right? A love for something that we didn't give ourselves per se, right? And I'm gonna say per se, we didn't give ourselves, at least in this 3D. However, in our pursuit to make that a reality, whatever it is that resonates with us, that's part of our co-creation, because we get to willingly participate in the physical manifestation of whatever the dream and the vision is, right? So willfully, something in what has been expressed resonates with you, and you adopt it in whatever way fits for you, right? You can take a piece of this and a piece of that and a piece of this and string that thing together, and boom, now that's helping you shift your reality, right? Or you can take it just the way I'm giving it, testing it out, and see that it doesn't necessarily resonate with you to do it that way, to think of it that way. Or you can take it and find that it does resonate for you to think that way. Whatever one you fall under, if you receive something of benefit, I have successfully transmitted this transmission. And even if you don't, the frequency has been put out there. So the energetic framework has already been updated, already been elevated. And throughout creation, those that are in alignment with the frequency are already benefiting from the principles that were expressed in today's episode. And as quickly as that time has gone by, we are at the completion of our episode. And if you have been here before, then you know that we are at the point where I share a piece of poetry from my heart to yours. And I am pulling up something now. It's something because I have so many pieces and I don't pick them out in advance because I don't be knowing what I'm going to speak on, and I do my best for them to resonate with what we're going to be speaking about. However, this particular poem has been in my spirit, and I'm all for manifesting, so I'm going to go ahead and share this, and willfully this will be a blessing or an activation for someone. So here we go. This one is called 15 Minutes. He said, I just want to see you, if only for 15, to lean into your embrace where it feels serene. Wrapped in your arms, the world feels aligned. Together, we shine in love's radiant design. Your presence heals me, softens my soul, balancing my spirit, making me whole. No need for words, though your voice is divine. Each syllable lingers, transcending time. We don't have to speak. Your essence is complete. Each word a melody, steady and sweet. The resonance of your voice moves through my core, opening spaces I'd forgotten before. 15 minutes, a sacred delight, a moment of truth, of love taking flight. Our energies merge, dissolve in despair, a dance of harmony beyond compare. Even in silence, your heartbeat speaks, a rhythm of strength and the solace we seek. The world fades away, all I feel is us, a timeless connection built on trust. I know life is busy and there's no time to play, but baby, I just need a reminder today that no matter the distance, you're here to stay. So 15 minutes is all I need. A pause from the hustle, a space to breathe, basking in the rays of your feminine energy, balancing and blending the masculine in me. 15 minutes, a sweet release to satisfy my longing, my moment of peace. Your energy heals me in ways words can't say. Yet one thing is clear, it's here to stay. In your gaze, I see galaxies unfold, stories of passion and love untold. Though 15 feels brief, it's a universe we share, a testament of love beyond compare. He said, I just want to see you, if only for 15. Woman, don't you see? You're etched in my being. 15 feels like forever when I'm lost in your glow. With you, every second lets eternity flow. Poem. Thank you for joining me this evening. Until the next time, love, light, and peace.